So Vishwamitra, Ram, Lakshman and the other Munis set off towards north now, towards Mithila. Uttare Jahnavi Tire Himavantam Shilochayam. So to the north of the river Jahnavi, towards the foothills of the Himalayas. Right? So Jahnavi is another name for Ganga.
Okay.
Yeah, river Ganga. Now, as they were going on this journey, Vishwamitra told them all stories of the lands that they passed through. When they crossed the Ganga, he told them the story of Ganga. Now, it's interesting that Ganga has a special place in our culture, right? Vishwamitra told them the story that happened many years even before Ram's time. So this was during an Ikshwaku king called Sagar, an ancestor of Ram. There was a severe drought in the land. The rivers had dried up. Thousands of people died. And the challenge was to bring down water from the Himalayas. It was frozen on top of the Himalayas. Bring down the water from there into the plains. Katham Ganga avataranam iti chinta paro bhavat. How to bring down the waters of Ganga. That was the challenge. Now, not only did they have to bring down the water, the height difference between the top of the Himalayas to the plains, I'll give you an idea. So Ganga starts at Gangotri, right? The glacier. From there till Haridwar, when the Ganga comes into the plains, the height difference is about 10,000 feet. So 3 kilometers. 3 kilometers of vertical distance over a fairly short distance. So if water comes down such a great height over a short distance, it will destroy everything in its wake. And they recognized it at that time. Gangayah patanam prithvi na sahishyati. The earth will not be able to bear the descent of Ganga. Essentially, they had to bring down the water in an environmentally sustainable way, right? Otherwise, it will destroy everything. For 3 generations, no one was able to do this. Until finally, there was King Bhagirath, again an ancestor of Ram and descendant of Sagar, who set off to the Himalayas to bring down the water. Now, Bhagirath's story is very interesting, how he did that. In fact, I want to show you visually so that you will be able to get a better sense for this. Would you like to watch a short clip on this?
Sure.
Right.
Bhagirath worked extremely hard for many years, or in other words, did tapasya, and was finally able to get the water down safely. Bhagirath brought down the water in smaller streams so that the flow could be better controlled and then connected them. In story format, it is told that the force of Ganga's flow was throttled by Shiva, into whose matted hair the river fell. A scene beautifully depicted by Raja Ravi Verma in his famous painting on Ganga. But making the connections was also a huge challenge, for Ganga was lost in the maze of Shiva's hair and could not find a way out for many years. Eventually, Bhagirath was successful, digging flow paths, making bunds and embankments, or in more poetic words, Bhagirath on his chariot led the way, and Ganga followed. Yato Bhagiratho Raja, Tato Ganga Yashaswini. Wherever King Bhagirath went, Ganga followed. But there was a major problem just as the project seemed completed. Ganga's waters disappeared, perhaps split into streams and percolated into the ground. Mahatma Janhu suggested a realignment of the flow path, and finally the river came down to the plains in the desired way. In story format, the river appeared through Janhu's ears. Bhagirath charted her flow all the way to the sea. And so was completed one of the greatest civil engineering works of all time. And it was done in an environmentally sustainable way. the new river brought health and prosperity to the people. Ganga gave life. And so she is Ganga Ma, the mother. She is Bhagirathi, born through the efforts of Bhagirath. She is also called Jahnavi in memory of Janhu's contribution. By the way, since a new river was born, she must have a birthday, which we celebrate on the Dashami of Jyeshtha. Valmiki says that Ganga's waters started teeming with Matsya Kachchapasangaihi Shimshumarganaihi, shoals of fish, turtles, and dolphins. The famous Ganga river dolphin that we can see even today. And Ganga's flow was Kvachidrutataram yati kutilam kvachidayatam vinatam kvachidudbhutam kvachidyati shanai shanaihi. At times rapid, at times slow, at times curving, at times wide, at times suddenly falling down only to rise up again. Muhururdvapatham gatva papata vasudham punah. Again and again it would rise up, only to come crashing down to the ground. Sounds like a promo for whitewater rafting at Rishikesh. What a fantastic achievement by Bhagirath. To this day, a great effort is also called a Bhagirath Prayas or Gangavatarana. What an inspiring story.
So that was the story of the birth of Ganga as told by Vishwamitra as they crossed the Ganga.
You're an engineer, right?
Yes.
I didn't even know that it's possible from a civil engineering perspective to actually change the course of a river. But when I think about it, you can probably just put a lot of sand or...
Yes, and the northern plains of India, they are very flat. So if you change the course a little bit, it can go in a very different way.
Hey, if you enjoyed today's clip, make sure you check out all the other clips we've uploaded on this channel. You'll find a clip related to almost every single topic as long as you're willing to search for it.